Want to know how to choose a realtor? Well, whether you are buying or selling a house, finding the right real estate agent for you is crucial. Selling or buying a home, like a home is most Americans' number one financial investment. And so it's pretty important who you choose to work with. And this video is to help you be able to choose properly for you. And it may be different for different situations, okay? So in order for you to really understand the real estate agent you are choosing, you probably would like a framework of what a brokerage does, what a team does, or what is a team, and what does an individual agent do. So I'm gonna bring that to the table so that you kind of have a bigger picture of when choosing an agent, who you want for an agent, okay? So first and foremost, I must say you absolutely want a professional helping you purchase or sell your home. And I know that's a given, but I'm really astonished how so many people hand that big investment over to someone they know, which sounds generous of you. So I would say maybe if you have a family member or very close friend who's a real estate agent and they are new to real estate, maybe we don't have to sacrifice your finances and we don't have to cut them out. I think a good solution is to talk with your friend and say, hey, I know you're new to real estate. I'm selling my home or I'm going to buy a home. Who is in your company to walk beside us that has maybe a little more experience? There may be a way to say that in a friendly way, but what we will do here on my team is if someone really wants to work with their friend or relative, then I'm happy to partner with them to actually train them through the process. You don't sacrifice your money and they get paid as well. So it's a win for everyone. So that is an option. But what I don't recommend is choosing someone just because they're a family member if they're inexperienced. If they are experienced, hot dog, go to town with them, okay? So with that, right off the bat, this video is going to be broken up into two parts. First, what is a brokerage, a team, an individual agent? And the second part is how to choose which one to work with. By the way, if you're new to the channel, my name is Dana Pollard. I'm a real estate agent in Texas. I've lived here since I was 4 years old, and so my goal is to help you find the best places to live in Texas. I'm continually seeking out the best cities and neighborhoods, and I've been selling real estate for almost 14 years now, my goodness. And I have a team with buyer specialists as well as administrative support to really help give you the best experience possible to make that transition from one city to the next. Maybe you're moving from out of state to Texas. Anyway, we can help you with that. So if that's your goal to buy or sell a home, fill out the appropriate questionnaire in the link below, and we're so happy to help. So first off, all licensed brokers and agents have to have a certain level of education, a background check, as well as be fingerprinted in order to sell real estate. And so if you're having people in and out of your home, you want to make sure that they've been background checked and fingerprinted and tracked and all of that good stuff. So brokerages have a higher level of education as well as experience needed to become a broker. Individual agents or team agents, all other agents are required to have a certain level. The bar is very low on the entry level. And you really don't learn how to sell real estate in class. It really helps you stay out of court. However, there's a certain level of education. You need no experience to have a license and sell real estate, which is why this video is going to be helpful, because just because an agent has a license doesn't mean they can secure the home for you if you are purchasing or get you the best price if you are selling. A licensed broker has to have at least 4 years experience and a certain level of education. Usually it's equivalent to like a bachelor's degree in order to become a broker. And if you want to learn more about that, you can go to TREC's website, TREC. It stands for Texas Real Estate Commission. Now, a licensed real estate agent who is not a broker is required to have or be under a sponsoring broker in order to sell. The goal of having a sponsoring broker is that the brokerage takes on the responsibility of training and the legalities of making sure that if there's any lawsuits, or keep people out of lawsuits, okay? Let's talk a little bit about an individual agent. So an individual agent may or may not have experience. They come from all walks of life: teachers, medical, nurses, sales. There's so many different backgrounds to be a licensed agent. Many times it's people's second careers. Maybe they didn't like the first one, or the first one didn't work out, so they are in real estate. And really there's nothing, I would say broker versus individual agent. I don't feel like a broker necessarily is a better choice to work with individually than an individual agent. It's really about job duties. Also, having a brokerage license doesn't necessarily mean the broker has more experience than an individual agent, because many individual agents have been in the business a very long time, not just the required 4 years. And a 4-year degree doesn't necessarily mean that you have more experience in real estate. It's really about experiences in real estate. One reason you may not want to work with a broker as opposed to an individual agent is because typically an individual broker is juggling more job duties, which takes away from the customer service. Because if they're managing other agents, managing a business, there's just so many more things to juggle when you are an individual broker if you have agents underneath you. Typically a broker they oversee the process, okay? They oversee the business side of a brokerage. So let's talk about what are the job duties of an individual agent, and this will set us up to understand what a team does in even brokerages. So an individual agent who wants to get paid on selling a home, they have to lead generate. That's their, I would say, maybe number one job. They have to talk with their friends, their family, let them know they're an agent. They can do YouTube videos like me. They can do social media. They do mail outs, radio, TV. Just, all these different ways to lead generate. And so a bulk of our time is spent on finding people who want to buy or sell a home. Then we also have to learn the tools and technology, how to work the MLS, our database, many administrative tasks behind the scenes. When we meet with a buyer, we have to really understand what they're looking for. We set them up on a search and find the home, as well as negotiate. Well, first you're showing and then negotiating a home that they want to buy. If they're an individual agent, they're probably looking for listings as well. And so they're meeting with sellers, assessing the home, giving them opinions and advice on what they need to do to the home to make it more sellable or make more money. They are scheduling stagers, photographers, and putting it in on a social media campaign, putting it in the MLS, data entry, all kinds of things in that regard as well. And of course, they negotiate the sale. Now, whether it's a buyer or seller, you negotiate the sale, then there's this whole nother laundry list of things that we have to do as individual agents, and it's called transaction coordinating or contract close. Or once we get an executed contract, we need to make sure that the lender, the title company, the other agent, the inspector, all these things are lined up to push this home toward closing as fast as possible, okay? And so it's our job to hold those lenders and people accountable to moving it forward. Will things happen? Yes. Many things may happen during a real estate transaction. There's more than you can probably imagine if you're not in the industry. But it's our job that when a problem arises, that we help navigate through the problem to get you to closing as soon as possible, okay? And on top of all that, we want to make sure to give you the highest possible level of service, which includes answering our phone, texting, and getting you into all the homes you want to see and not lack on the customer support. So as you can imagine, an individual agent is responsible for a very large business all the way from the get-go. From the beginning, they are thrown into all these things that not only do they have to learn, they have to master them to really be a great individual agent, which is why it's difficult to work with new agents. Again, find someone experienced to walk alongside of them. I'm not saying don't work with a new agent. You just want to make sure they have the support they need when things come up. And like you, it's hard to be excellent at everything. We all have strengths and weaknesses, okay? Which leads me into what a team is for. And then I want to kind of give you some scenarios where you can choose broker, agent, team, whatever, okay? My thoughts on that. So this is why I love the team concept so much, is because so my job, I'm a team leader, okay? I work at Keller Williams Realty. I love Keller Williams Realty. They are my broker. And the reason I love them so much is because they give us so many opportunities for training. They are known for the place for training for new agents as well as experienced agent and business training. And so I don't know any other brokerage that gives the business training to the level of Keller Williams, okay? So that's why I'm at Keller Williams. And but what a team does is I'm the team leader, and my job is to make sure that I focus on my strengths. So I want to give you the best truthful information I possibly can of what I know on Texas to help you narrow down where to live. And my job is to recruit the best talent for my team that shares the like values as well as work ethic. I want to attract people to my team and recruit people to my team who are excellent real estate agents, administrative support to help give you much better customer service. Then it's my job to hold them accountable to giving you the best customer service. Now, as a team leader, I'm recruiting people. So I have buyer specialists they were individual agents doing everything. They are excellent with people. They're great at finding and negotiating homes, securing contracts, and giving you the best quality experience, okay? The best customer experience. What a buyer specialist does is they focus in on one thing, helping you. They don't have to worry about all the admin support. They don't have to worry about lead generating. They don't have to worry about all the other stuff. They don't even have to worry about contract to close. Now, it doesn't mean they're disengaged. They're still fully in the process, but they're not behind the scenes calling the lenders, calling the title company, making sure all the paperwork, every T is crossed. What they get to do is they spend all of their time searching for homes for you and negotiating contracts, okay? And then what we may have underneath a buyer's agent, because they're very high level expertise, have showing agents. And what showing agents do is when the buyer agent may be working with another client, or even having a family life, because we do have to have family life at some point. But what they can do is if you go, oh my gosh, I saw a home that came on the market, I'd like a video tour, or maybe you're in town the very next day, oh my gosh, it's a last minute trip. They have showing agents to show you the homes to make sure you get into every single home that you need to see in order to make a decision, to make an offer. And then that goes back to the buyer's agent. After the showing agent shows, the buyer agent researches the home, pulls the numbers, make sure that they give you the best opinions and advice for that home, okay? So that's what a buyer agent does. A buyer specialist focuses in on only working with buyers to give you the highest level of service possible. Now, is an individual agent more experienced than a buyer's agent? Not necessarily. Some teams, yes. Our team, our buyer specialists on our team, they are so good at getting buyers homes, meaning right now in this market, it's more about securing a home, your dream home, than it is about getting the best deal, right? So they are so skilled at getting you the home that you want that they are outperforming the individual agents. Also, I want to say if you were looking to move to Texas from out of state and you're looking in the Dallas-Fort Worth area, our buyer specialists, they're specialists at helping you narrow down where to live, which is what the Dream Home Questionnaire is all about, what we created. So it's very detailed, but it's for a reason. So we can really understand what you're looking for so that we can match you to a city. The thing that I would love for you to understand is that most agents know their backyard, meaning if they live in Plano, then they know the Plano and the surrounding neighborhoods. Maybe they go into Frisco a little bit or maybe Allen a little bit, but they're not going to know the whole Dallas-Fort Worth metroplex, which is what we have zoned in on to try to specialize in learning each of the cities and all of the neighborhoods that they have, so that when you say, hey, I want a lot of entertainment, or maybe I want a more country feel, I want the suburb feel, I want an urban feel, I'm looking for this and this is my budget, we can appropriately match you accordingly, especially if you're looking for high-ranked school districts. Just there's so many different cities that could possibly match what you desire, and so that's what our agents do on our team, is help you narrow down where to live in Dallas-Fort Worth, and they're actively in the community and shopping for homes for you guys. I say all that to say a buyer specialist may be better to work with when shopping for a home than an individual agent who has a gazillion things on their plate in this kind of market. Another benefit of the team is every week we get together, we brainstorm all the new negotiating strategies, the strategies to get a buyer under contract. Okay, so that's on the buy side. On a team, we also have a listing agent or a lead listing agent. Right now, I am the lead listing agent, and my job is to search for the best listing agent out there to sell homes, okay? What I am doing now, I list now because I haven't found that special person. It could take 6 months or a year to find the special person, because what I'm looking for is someone, I feel like I'm a really good listing agent. I sell well above the competition, but I'm looking for someone that does as good or better, preferably a better job than I do when listing a home. And so that's my job, is to find that amazing listing agent. Right now I'm the listing agent. I love it. And the reason I'm a good listing agent is because I do marketing, okay? Which, side note, if you're going to sell a home and you are looking for the best agent, you want to find an agent who has a large database of buyers and knows how to market, not just list homes in the MLS, because how we list homes in the MLS will determine how much money you make, okay? Also now going down the listing agent side, a great listing agent not only will have a large database of buyers at their fingertips that could sell without ever putting it on the MLS, but they also are good, they have a great social media marketing campaign. They know how to create an emotional appeal for a home so a buyer wants to buy it, okay? So there is a marketing and selling aspect that the listing agent needs to be a specialist at to get you the highest price. Now, there's a common misunderstanding that because someone sells their home quickly and it goes over asking, they just assume they got the best price. But I would say it's not true. In fact, how we list a home will determine, and our marketing plan will determine, if you get the highest price. So many sellers had a poor listing agent. They still sell the home above asking because the market is there, right? You can sell a home in this market virtually doing nothing. However, the way to get the highest possible price is to stage it, get professional photos, make sure that the listing is laid out in such a way that a buyer can comprehend in their home. If you've looked at listings, and I know you have, and you're scrolling through pictures and you're like, okay, wait, where am I at? Is this the hallway? Is this, you're kind of confused at where you're at. That listing agent is not very good at their job. You have to visually show them where they're at and then walk them through the home. So to wrap this all up, how to choose the best buyer agent or how to choose the best listing agent. To find the best buyer agent, I personally, if I'm moving to a different city and I as a real estate agent want the help of an expert in that area, okay? I would be looking for someone who sells probably between 14 to 36 transactions a year. And the reason I say that, you don't want someone who individually is selling 80 transactions unless they have a whole back-end support. If they're an individual agent, they will be maxed out and will not be able to readily be available. They may not have the resources to give you the best customer service. No more than 36 homes without an assistant, okay? Because then they just get frazzled. and or a buyer specialist, again, who they're going to be selling anywhere from 12 to 36 homes. They may or may not have a showing assistant, but you know that their sole focus is helping you find and buy a home, okay? So that's what I would be looking for in a buyer's agent. Then on the listing side, I would be, if I didn't have my license, I would look for an agent who is very strong on social media, at least one platform, has a large database, marketing savvy. I would look at all of their listings to make sure that they're laid out in an appropriate fashion. I would make sure they get professional photos. But I am a professional at this, so there are very specific things I would look for. So if you live in a city other than Texas and you need a listing agent referral, I will help you with that. I look at every listing to make sure that they're doing the things I would expect at a very high level. And so we can send you a referral agent for your city. We've checked out their work. We've given them the thumbs up. So you can be sure that you're working with a professional agent of my I have high levels of standards. And by the way, while choosing an agent, please do not, unless you are a high professional yourself, if you have sold, more than 12 homes a year, I do not recommend a discount brokerage. The reason agents are selling their listings or working with buyers at a discount is because they haven't done a great job to either get enough referrals or they don't know how to get enough business for themselves, okay? So if an agent doesn't know how to market themselves to get enough business, then they will not know how to market a home appropriately to get you the highest possible price. So I do not recommend that. I recommend, just like any other industry, if you're going to get an attorney, get the best attorney. If you're going to go to the eye doctor for surgery, I just had LASIK surgery, then you want to find someone with experience. If you're going to get an account manager for finances, you want someone with experience. And so with all that being said, find someone with experience and that has your best interest at heart. I hope this helps and was not too mind-blowing. As you can imagine, there's a lot behind the scenes, but our job is to make it as easy as possible for you. So if you're moving to Texas, if you live in Texas and want to sell a home, fill out the appropriate questionnaire below. That helps us create more content. And we look forward to seeing you soon.